former President Donald Trump was handed yet another courtroom loss.
Oh no!
Justice Juan Merchan has rejected Trump's third attempt to try to kick him off the criminal hush money payments case. Yes, that is still ongoing, even after he was convicted. Now, Merchan wrote in an August 13th ruling, stated plainly, defendants' arguments are nothing more than a repetition of stale and unsubstantiated claims, which kind of sounds like Trump's entire political campaign at this point, just stale, unsubstantiated claims. Now, which claims in this case? Well, that's Merchan's daughter's political consulting work. Now, Trump's lawyers argued that this presented a conflict of interest for the judge, but didn't really have any evidence to prove that, and may have resulted in a financial benefit to Merchan's family. Now, Merchan shut this right down. He writes, "This court now reiterates for the third time that which should already be clear, innuendo and mischaracterizations do not a conflict create." So it sucks that he has to keep doing this, wasting time. But that, again, that's Donald Trump's, that's been his entire legal strategy, is just to waste time. And so that's what he's doing. Now, Merchan continues by saying, recusal is therefore not necessary, much less required. Defendant has provided nothing new for this court to consider. Counsel has merely repeated arguments that have already been denied by this and higher courts. Defense counsel's reliance and apparent citation to his own prior affirmation, rife with inaccuracies and unsubstantiated claims, is unavailing. So, look, here's the thing. Where's evidence that the judge personally profited from his daughter's political consulting work? Well, they don't have any. But as I mentioned, plenty of times, they don't really need any.
Just forget about the evidence.
That's the entire Republican Party mantra at this point. Case in point, Stephen Chung, the spokesperson for the Trump campaign, put out a statement accusing Merchan of having a personal bias against the former president. Quote, "The whole witch hunt was rotten from the start, and it should now be dismissed entirely as a partisan hoax that it is. President Trump will continue to fight this scam and will always do all he can to save this great country from the dangerously liberal Harris-Biden mess." Oh, of course. Of course. I love how this is somehow a partisan witch hunt that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris had nothing to do with, because this is not federal, this is a state. This was a state case, which was based on Trump's actions prior to becoming president. Again, Trump didn't have to do a hush money payment to a porn star, but he did before an election, which is election interference. He also didn't have to cook the books to try to cover it up, but he did. Michael Cohen already went to prison for his involvement in this, but not Donald Trump. Well, at least not yet, anyway. Tuesday's ruling means that Trump's sentencing hearing will go on as planned on September 18th. No delay on that one, even though there was a previous delay. It was actually supposed to happen in July, but thanks to the actions of the Supreme Court, delayed. But and by the way, speaking of the Supreme Court, immunity, right? What about immunity? Well, Merchan will be delivering that decision on September 16th, 2 days before Trump's sentencing. So now the Supreme Court granted not just Trump, but all presidents broad immunity from prosecution for official acts in office. Now, Donald Trump wasn't in office when he did the catch and kill scheme with Cohen. That was before he was elected president. Not only that, but doing this, hush money cover up and the actual falsifying the business records shouldn't be considered an official act as president. I would be very, very surprised if this conviction gets thrown out on immunity grounds. Okay? I'm just saying. Now, in the off chance that it is, it would be due to evidence that violated the Supreme Court's opinion and should not have been shown at trial. So this is related to official acts of the president, like, for example, putting out a tweet, right? So now, the reason that I talk about the tweets, right, is because some of the tweets shown during the trial were part of a pressure campaign against Michael Cohen, okay? Now, if that's the case and it gets thrown out, the government's probably going to try to retry it, right? And just exclude any of the evidence that Merchan says would be in violation of the Supreme Court's decision, and hope that's enough. Now, I think it probably would be, because it's a pretty big slam dunk, okay? I don't see it being thrown out, though, because there was plenty of evidence that didn't actually involve Trump's official acts. That said, don't know. We'll find out for sure September 16th, months from now. And until then, it appears that Donald Trump is just going to have to continue sweating for a while more. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.